welcome to Season 1 of the CCHL This Week. The CCHL Network presents the CCHL This Week with Welcome back to the CCHL This Week. I'm your host, Greg Avgaropoulos. This is my co-host, Mr. Josh Primo of the Nepean Raiders. Josh, how's it going? How was your week?
Good. How's yours going?
Pretty good, a little bit, just relaxing a little bit. The Bills got a big win on Thursday, so I'm still hype about that. But yeah, feel pretty good. Josh, I think you're still at work at the moment currently, yeah?
I am at work, yes. I'm currently on my lunch break, but that's all right. Nothing better to do than a CCHL show on the lunch break.
You took the words out of my mouth. But thank you for doing this once again, because obviously we know hectic schedules and all that, but we appreciate you coming on again. Let's get it started here. Let's get it started here with our first game. This was the lone Thursday night game. This was December 1st. The Kemptville 73s picked up a road victory over the Cornwall Colts. Kemptville ended up winning this game 4-1. Hunter Brazier, Nathan Merritt, Carter Volette, and Chase Lamy scored goals, while Jacob Biron made 28 saves as Kemptville improved their season record to 8-11-3-0. Cornwall, who fell to 11-11-1, had their lone tally from Colby Tallman, while Dax Easter made 22 saves in the loss.
Yeah, and moving on to Friday, there were 5 games on Friday, and it was a busy schedule. Saw victories from Brockville, as we see here in our first game of the Friday. Brockville taking on Nepean, and it was a bit of an interesting game. Brockville with a 5-0 victory. Lucas Culhane, Eric Barnard, Nick Foster, Thomas Haynes, and Kyle Powers each tallied goals, so 5 separate goal scorers, while Sammy Molu had a fantastic effort. He's on fire lately. Picks up the shutout, 34 saves in the win, and improved Brockville's record to 11-12-0 on the season, while Nepean, who fell to 5-15-2, had a 29 save effort from Lucas Sandu in the loss.
Moving on to the next game of this day, the Renfrew and Hawkesbury ended up playing. Renfrew took this one 6-3. Elvis Slack scored twice. Tyson Tomasini, Tyson Fair, Robert Martinello, and Brendan Wavada added singles, while Sebastian Reeser made 27 saves as Renfrew improved their record to 13-7-1-1 on the season. Hawkesbury, who fell to 11-9-1-3, had goals from Remy Gelinias, Antoine Dorian, and Ryan Liverman, while Devin Randall Snow made 44 saves in the losing effort.
And moving right along, big game between Smith Falls and Navan, and Smith Falls, offensive game for them. They get the win 7-3. It was Owen Watson and Sean James who picked up a pair of goals each, while Ty Campbell, Trevor Foucher, and Thomas Gagnall also found the net. And Will McAvoy was the man in net. He made 31 saves as Smith Falls improved their record to 16-7-0-1. Navan falls to 17-6-2 after this game. They had goals from Savnak, McDougall, and Simon Singer, while Braden McIntosh was the man in net. He made 27 saves in the relief appearance.
Moving on to another big game here, as we had a lot of offense in this game. Kemptville and Carleton Place. Kemptville ended up taking this one in the shootout 5-4. Patrick Haugen, Tyler Kelly, Benjamin Campo, and Nicholas Bennett scored in regulation. Hunter Brazier netted the shootout winner, while Jacob Biron made 37 saves as Kemptville improved to 9-11-3 on the year. Carleton Place, who fell to 12-7-2, had a hat trick from Matteo DeCipio and a single from Brandon Walker, while Jackson Pundick finished with 35 saves in this loss.
And another exciting game that needed some regulation time, although it was Ottawa who was able to come away with the victory in overtime. A very exciting game. It was Andrew Uturo and James Taylor who scored the goals in regulation. Rourke Appleby made 32 saves for Ottawa as they improved their record to 18-4-2. It was Antoine Gauthier who netted the overtime winner. He was the OT hero in this one, while for Rockland, they fell to 9-2 on the year, their second overtime loss, while Nick White and Yannick Crete had the goals, and Hayden Gould made 42 saves to push the game to overtime. Unfortunately, I was not able to come away with the win in the losing effort as we move right along to Sunday.
Yeah, now on this or Saturday,
Excuse me, Saturday. Yeah, I should say.
It's all good, Josh. Saturday, which was December 3rd, there was one game on this day. The Renfrew Wolves topped the visiting Cornwall Colts. Renfrew, who's been quite hot so far this season, took the W against Cornwall 3-2. Zach Choreri, is that correct, Josh?
I think it's Churi. Yeah, Churi.
Okay, so my apologies.
A tough one. We'll have to get the correction on that one eventually.
100%. Elvis Slack and Noah Baumscheit tallied goals, while Sebastian Reeser made 23 saves as Renfrew improved to a record of 14-7-1-1 on the season. Cornwall, who fell to 11-12-1, had goals from Tristan Miron and Bradley Frazier, while Dax Easter finished this game with 30 saves in this loss.
Now, finally, on to Sunday. Forgetting about that one Saturday game, but another busy day on Sunday. 5 games, and this one was the first game of the day. It was Brockville, who picks up their second shutout of the weekend as they pick up the 3-0 win over the Smiths Falls Bears. Matthew Yeager got it started. Jake LaVille and Eric Barnard scored goals, while Sammy Molu makes 32 saves for his second straight shutout as Brockville improves to 12-12 on the season. Nice to get that record back to 500, while Smiths Falls falls to 16-8-0-1 on the year. They had a 27-save effort from Dawson LeBray in the loss. Tough game for Smiths Falls, but big win for Brockville here in this one.
Moving on to this next game, which was Kemptville and Nepean. A tough one here for Nepean, as both of these teams trying to get back on track, not having the best seasons as of yet. But in this game, Kemptville obviously took it 2-0. Caden Henry and Hunter Brazier found the back of the net, while Jacob Biron made 31 saves for the shutout, as Kemptville improved their season record to 10-11-3 on the season. Nepean, who dropped to a record of 15-16-2, my apologies, had a 41 save effort from Gage Stewart in this tough loss.
Yeah, it was a good game that I broadcasted, and Kemptville able to make it 3 wins on the week. As we move on to Carleton Place versus Hawkesbury, another game that needed overtime. It was an exciting one again, as Carleton Place gets a pair of goals from Mateo DeCipio, who's been absolutely on fire as of late. He continues his hot play. Aiden Cooper added the 3rd goal in regulation for the Carleton Place Canadians, while Cole McGuire netted the overtime winner, and Jackson Pundick gets the win with 22 saves as CP improves their record to 13-7-0-2 on the year. Hawkesbury now falls to 11-9-2-3. They had goals from Brandon Clark, Antoine Dorion, and Nicholas Brennan, while Dimitri Pelikos made 30 saves in the losing effort.
Moving on to Navan and Rockland, another high-octane offensive game from Navan, who has been on a tear so far this year. Owen Parsons ended up scoring 4 goals as Navan took this one 8-2 against Rockland. Blake Hall, Gabriel Crete, Tio Deodare, and Mark McPhee also scored, while Braden McIntosh made 38 saves as Navan improved their season record to 18-6-2. Rockland, who fell to 9-10-2-2, had goals from Yannick Crete and Jordan Prebzil in the loss.
Yeah, and then we move right along to the final Sunday game, and it was Sunday night in Pembroke, and Ottawa has been looking to try and get themselves back on top of the standings. Unfortunately, it looks like we're having some technical difficulties there with the highlights. See if we can't get those up in front of you. But it was Ottawa who came away with the 6-2 win in this one. Braxton Ross, James Taylor, Lucas Stersnick, Will Murphy, Antoine Gauthier, and Jack Moffat scored goals, while Connor Shibley finished with an 18-save victory as Ottawa improves to 19, 4-2 on the year. Pembroke drops now to 5-15, 1-1 on the year, as we see highlights coming back up here on your screen. And it was a good game here, and of course, nice view on the Sunday night. And Pembroke drops to 15-5, 1-1, as we mentioned. They got goals from Pratt Stetson and Cam Hicklin, while Isaac Wilson made 32 saves in the loss. Good effort from him in nets. But that wraps our week up here, and a lot of great games to talk to. I think Kempville certainly has to be mentioned. 3 wins on the week, and looked real sharp. Brockville as well with a pair of shutouts, and really some exciting games this week for sure.
100%. And as you said, we did see this was a very exciting week in the CCHL. We saw a lot of scoring. I mean, just the last 2 games, there was 8 goals in that game, and then there was 10 goals in the Navan Rockland game before that. So we're getting a lot of offense, which is, as a hockey fan, we all like to see offense. It's the most exciting part of the game. But we did also see some nice defense, as we said. Brockville had a pair of shutouts and some nice goaltending too. So that's always good to see as well. But that's going to do it for this week in the CCHL. Josh, thanks for joining me. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back next week. And before we go, Josh, anything to say to the fans?
Nothing too much. Just stay safe out there, and we're of course coming into a bit more of a winter season. So, of course, stay safe, and hopefully we continue to have some more exciting hockey to bring you here for the CCHL this week.
For sure. Well, that's going to do it for this week in the CCHL. We'll see you next.